Dimka, let's register our marriage now. Lizaka, do you doubt waiting for me to come back from the army? I don't, but maybe you won't come back, and perhaps you'll arrive with a pregnant wife? You had so many girls, yet you chose me for some reason. For your simplicity and natural beauty, Liza, explained Dmitri to the hesitating girl. Then he stood up and in his suit of Adam went to the kitchen. There he drank water straight from the pitcher and remembered what they had just experienced with Lisa. When he returned, the girl cautioned, "Don't come out of the room like this. Grandma might wake up and come out." Male beauty was depicted on canvases by great artists, and those paintings hang in galleries. I'm sure your grandmother is a lover of true art. You're leaving for the army in a week, and I forgive you. Do as you please. Granny takes a sedative infusion at night and that's why she never caught us together. Elizaveta escorted Dmitri to the army and immediately missed him. She looked at herself in the mirror and could not see her natural beauty, light and unruly hair, pale eyebrows and eyelashes. She couldn't lay down in a made-up bed. Dimka will smear it with caresses. But God gave her a wonderful figure. Perhaps this connoisseur of feminine beauty is what attracted him, and those blue bottomless eyes. Elizaveta did not receive any news from Dmitri. Dmitri disappeared like a ghost. She wanted to go to his parents, but she hesitated. Who is she after Vika, who used to spend days and nights at Dmitri's apartment? Presumably, they consider her their future daughter-in-law, and Lisa has never been to his apartment. She and her grandmother lived on the ground floor. Such apartments were traditionally provided to janitors. Grandma still sweeps the yard early in the morning and performs other duties during the day. Dmitri, a tall and handsome guy, used to come late at night and climb into Lisa's room through the open window. He would leave before dawn. Lately Dmitri had relaxed and forgotten about the little packages they used in bed. Lisa noticed it, but kept silent. Even if he doesn't return to her, he will definitely come back for the child. Grandma, don't worry, I'm pregnant, Lisa announced, blushing. Granddaughter, how could you? What will I tell your parents? They entrusted you to me. Oh, they wanted me to finish school in the capital and then go to college. It's not trust, and you shouldn't dwell on it. I study part-time. I'll have both a child and an education. Do as you see fit, but tell the guy. Granny, there is no guy. There was one, but he vanished. And he doesn't know about the baby? Grandma, my son will only have a mother. A son? Or a daughter? Let's have dinner. I cooked everything the way you like it. Elizaveta gave birth to a boy after all. She named him Denis, after his father. She continued her education. When she was taking exams, her grandmother would stay with the child. Her parents would come from Novosibirsk in the summer when they had vacation. They had come to terms with their daughter's behavior. Lizaka, you can't have a second child without a husband. You know that children need a father, especially boys. Denis will grow up and ask about his dad. What will you tell him? Her mother warned in advance. Like everyone else, I'll tell him a legend. A pilot or a sailor, his father. Mom, let's not. I don't have men to have a second child. I still love Dimka. Elizaveta was worried that her son would resemble her. But no. His hair darkened, and the curls straightened into waves, brown expressive eyes, and even a figure like Dmitri's. But where did this dad go? He never even returned home after the army. Elizaveta accompanied Denis to first grade. Years passed, and after finishing school, Denis went to college. One day, returning home from the metro station, a girl caught up with him. Guy, do you live in this area? In this one. Why? I haven't seen you before. You look a lot like my father, but he hasn't been living with us for a long time. Maybe he's your I don't mind. The guy smiled and only now noticed that Jana was a beautiful girl. I resemble my mom, and she's an actress who works at the theater. If you'd like, I invite you to the shows she's in. I would love to. My mom is a versatile master at the beauty salon. I presume she belongs to creative people. She also enjoys going to theaters, especially premieres. And a romance blossomed between Denis and Jana. The time came for his mother to meet her. Zinachka, it's wonderful that your mom is so famous. You must introduce me to her. Mom, Zhanna and I have already submitted an application to the registry office. We also have tickets for the theater in the evening. After the show, Zhanna will introduce you to her mother. What made you decide to legalize your relationship? Elizaveta glanced at the belly of the future bride. It's not visible yet, Elizaveta Denisovna, but we're already expecting a baby. Zhanna hugged her fiancé. I'm glad everything is going well for you. Only Elizaveta's joy disappeared when she saw Dmitri's portrait in the theater foyer and next to it Zhanna's mother. Their surnames were the same and sounded familiar. Lisa almost fainted when she recognized who the father of her son's bride was. I told Dennis that he resembles my dad, and my grandma and grandpa live in your neighborhood. It's as if someone forced me to visit them that day when we met. After the play, Zhanna's mother Margarita joined them. She saw Dennis for the first time and was astonished. You didn't believe that Dennis resembles my dad, but his father passed away a long time ago. Zhanna chatted. Can I meet him? The guy asked, interrupting the bride's conversation with her mother. He'll come over now, Zhanna promised and hugged Dennis. Dmitri, not reaching the place in the foyer where they were waiting for him, first saw Dennis, then Elizaveta. He recognized his younger self in the couple. He understood everything, but since his daughter asked to be introduced, he approached. Dad. Hello! This is my Dennis. I fell in love with him because he looks like you, the bustling bride of Dennis quickly informed. Excuse me, but I need to talk to the bride's mother. You don't mind, do you? Dmitri asked the rest. Lisa understood that it was inevitable, and she stepped aside. Dmitri followed. Is this my son? He asked in a way that didn't allow the woman to lie. Yes, Dimka, he's yours. Why didn't you tell me? My life would have been different. Oh, you forgot that you abandoned me, Elizaveta reminded him. Well, yes, it all went haywire. I joined an acting school right after the army, and their Margarita charmed me so much that I moved in with her right away. Daughter Zhanna was born. She was in school when her biological father turned up. Rika burst into tears and confessed that she had a child with him, and I just happened to show up at the right time and covered for her in front of her parents. That's why we parted ways. I now live with an actress in a common-law marriage, but just because the theater is nearby. Let our children get married. If you don't want to tell your son that I'm his father, I won't insist. Zhanka still considers me her dad. I don't want to disappoint Dennis. Let him think that his father passed away. Lisa decided it was the right thing to do. Dennis and Zhanna got married. When a grandchild was born, Lisa remembered Margarita's story and did a paternity test. Dennis turned out to be the biological father of the son Zhanna gave birth to. Another test, done earlier, showed that Dennis and Zhanna were not related to each other. Only after this did she believe Dmitri. They met, but just as relatives. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this story. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel to be the first to hear about our next story.